Y'all, I'm having an existential crisis. I didn't say that word right. Existential. Oh gosh. Hey everybody, this is Keisha Lacey, and thank you and welcome to the Random Horror Show, where we talk about science fiction horror. I just fucked up my shit, but that's okay. Fantasy, obscure, cult classics in movies, television, and books. I am a little bit in the dumps and everything. My grandmother, she's in the hospital. She's doing okay, but it was a little bit draining on. Yeah, it was a little bit draining just to. Yeah. Then I had to help my cousin and everything because she stays with her and stuff. So I was like, oh boy, here we go again. But for this tonight's podcast, we're not going to be talking about horror related nothing or whatever and everything. Just take a break from horror because goddamn, just dealing with my grandmother. She had a stroke. I just looked. I was like, oh, she had a stroke, and we helped her and stuff before the paramedics arrived. And like I said, we're gonna be talking about horror, non-horror related things. Oh my gosh, I'm just like, and I just drank some tea, and sweet tea to be exact, because down here in the South, we drink us a lot of sweet tea. It's like diabetes. No, I don't do fucking diabetes in a glass. Good grief. I usually do half and half, unsweet and sweet, because I can't even deal with like a lot of sweet stuff as it is anyways. But I did have some patty pie, some patty sweet potato pie. She also has pumpkin pie. Patty LaBelle, she has like pumpkin pie and she has sweet potato pie, and I love both of them. Patty pie, Patty. I can't sing like Patty. But anyways, what is a good subject? Oh, I have some great subjects and everything. First, I found out that I was pretty bored. Yeah, I done got pretty boring and everything. I got boring like a bland spaghetti dinner. And I said, well, I'll be damned. I have nothing in my head to do hood rat things or anything else like that. And I'm just like, what can I do? And I was like, go to bed. And I was like, no. And it's like, it's past 10. And I was like, I still don't want to go to bed. I'm like, what can I do? Can I play Candy Crush? I was like, sure, why not? I usually play Candy Crush when I am stuck in something, just thinking related. And I play Candy Crush to not to relax, but also to get whatever the hell I need to get out of my head. That's pretty much what I do, play Candy Crush, and then I'll just delete the shit. Yeah, I don't play a lot of games like that. If I do, it's just more of trying to solve stuff. If I'm working on something and I happen to be in a rut, and I am in a funk, in a rut, and everything else, and I was just like, oh my god, so I just like play Candy Crush. It's not to avoid things, it's just to like unlock my mind, unlock your secrets. I like doing impressions and stuff and talking in weird voices. I do. What's a good non-horror related thing I can talk about? Oh yeah, like my sick, twisted, deepest, darkest thing. I tell you, I'm very, very boring. I like to watch The Real Housewives while I'm drinking Hennessy with my aunt. And because it's like girl time, and I just watch it. And of course, it's all scripted. Their shit is all scripted and stuff. But I was just like, wow, they do anything for a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? They do anything for a paycheck, and I just like, like a lot of like women, they watch. Some women do. I don't know about a whole bunch of women. I really don't. I'm not telepathy there or whatever shit like that. But um, I noticed that like quite a bit of them, they want to live that lifestyle like them, and then you notice there's like a lot of them starting to get in trouble, especially with their finances. We got Erica Jane, who's in this divorce, and her husband, he's like the old ass man, like he's like super decrepit old, and supposedly be like this money laundering type scamming, embezzlement shit. He was like a big time lawyer out there in California, and then now he's like in a nursing home. He's all senile, and he doesn't remember shit, and it's really, really weird. That's like from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And then you have Lisa Rinna, who's married to Harry Hamlin, who played, our good old hero on Clash of the Titans, the 1981 one, which I really enjoy because I like the claymation, the stop motion. I like all of that. That was, I don't give a shit how old that movie. I don't give a crap how the special effects have really looked like just balls of clay just moving around, but I still enjoy that movie. But that's her husband. Well, anyways, I remember her when she was on Days of Our Lives playing Billy, and she was really pretty. And then when I see her, I was like, oh, look at her. She looks very nice for like 74 years old. And I seen her lips. I was like, her lips were never like that. And I was like, she always had nice, pretty, full lips, but her lips was just like, I'm like, so many fillers. And yeah, I was just like, who watches this and just wants to be like these women? But I also watch Real Housewives of OC. Vicky, what's her name? Vicky Gundersall. I can't pronounce that last name, but I know I butchered it. I butcher a lot of people's last names and words and stuff. I really don't give a care, but it's funny when I do that. It's one of my special quirks. And what did she say? Nail me and put me on a cross like Jesus. I was like, that is the most narcissistic, sociopathic thing that I ever heard before. That woman is kind of a sociopath. I noticed there is a lot of those women on those Real Housewife franchises are sociopaths, and I was just like, ugh. I couldn't even. If I had like that type of money and had that type of lifestyle, I would just be to myself like I usually am. I don't even have like that mom group or nothing like that, or that football moms and shit like that. I just cannot hang with them. They're just, I don't know, it's just so weird to me. I don't know, it just, I don't know, I feel very strange. Does anybody feel, I don't know if I have any lady listeners out there, because I'm a mom and my son, he's in football. Well, football season is over, but I just cannot, be one of those bake sale moms or those football moms or those soccer moms or anything else like that. I mean, I enjoy watching my son play football, but I just don't fit in with that world. It's a strange world. I mean, like, okay, my son like played baseball too when he was a little bit younger, and at the time, he was living with his father and his stepmother, and I came to one of his baseball games, so I'm cheering and go Seven, go. I'm all like that. I'm like a enjoyable spectator. I'm like sitting there laughing and giggling because of the little boys out there. They were just running around and missing the ball and stuff. It's hilarious. They just look like they just had so much fun, and that's all what it is for them to have fun. But then you have these moms out there, they're just screaming their heads off, and I mean they're cussing out the refs, or they talking crazy, and it start to frighten me. I mean, I'm literally frightened in the stands. If you can imagine a 5-foot little woman in the stands, like shrieking like a violet because of these fanatic maniacs, called moms, and they're yelling and screaming at the ref, and because some players, so I don't know these plays. I don't know with their son, like I don't know, probably didn't slide fast enough or something on base, or I don't know, and they're just like, "Arr!" And they're like the only ones that like cut the fuck up in their stands, and I'm scared. I mean, I get to the point I'm scared, I start to move away, and then I just like, let me like get up out of the stands and like move where the fence is, so I can be away from that, because their energy is so scary as hell. And I was just like, can we just have can we just enjoy the game? Can we enjoy our kids out there playing? It doesn't call for violence or whatever. I mean, I think they just come there for the violence. I think they just come there because, I don't know. I mean, I'm divorced. I haven't been married in a decade, and and these women are married and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't have sex or something. I don't know. I know you're probably thinking like, oh, that's very sexist of her to say that. You know what? I don't give a shit, because I am pretty sexist though. And I mean, shit, you've been hearing my podcast for a while. But it did. I was just like, probably because they ain't got no dick or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'll probably be a little bit teed off or something like that. I mean, like I'm say like I'm married, and I have like 3 other kids, and shuffle them from like different practices, and then like one of them have like baseball games or football games or something like that. And then I don't know. I don't know about that crap, but I don't know. It was really interesting to see that how those other moms are like, and then like they have like their mom chats, and I can't get into them because I'm just like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I don't get that. And they just like look at me kind of crazy and shit. I'm just like, no, I really don't know what the hell you mean. Like, I don't know. That's the reason why I never joined like band boosters or athletic boosters or some shit like that. No, but seriously, I'm like a fish out of water around here, because I just don't fit the MO of like, like a mom and stuff, because course, I have a horror podcast show. Shit, what else? I like Halloween. I'm a witch. I practice hoodoo. I actually like to bake at times. I actually like to cook too. So I like to make different dishes and stuff. You're not gonna get like that whole Southern slam. We're gonna be slamming on the damn Sunday dinner table and shit like that. I cook pretty like healthy and stuff. I cook a little bit of fats and everything with my foods. We gotta get a little grease, get a little butter, get a little seasoning up in there. I do that too. But other than that, I'm just like, that's a little bit too salty. That's a little bit too greasy. I think that's more. You're gonna have a heart attack later on. That's just like how I am. And what else? Gosh, what can I like talk about? Like, other than like being a Texan, I'm a 5th generation Texan, and then like being like raised in a very small East Texas town. Oh yeah, we're like pretty known for like all of these churches, and like nothing is wrong with that, like having church, but it's just a lot of churches, and I'm just like, all of these churches that we have, like it's like 10 churches like on one block, and I'm just like, I don't see too many people's souls being saved because they're still pieces of shit, and they still do ghetto ass things. I'm just like, it's not helping. I'd rather for here to have a lot more of methadone and more behavioral health clinics and more reach out with that around here. And because I see a lot of people, I could tell when people are on, pill poppers and alcoholics and drug addicts, but we also see a lot of people that are very, very extremely depressed. It's really sad to like see something like that, and it's a lot of people around my age, around in their early 40s and mid 40s, and the way I'm just describing how it is around here is that when you're at 40, you are definitely old. You are a grandma or a grandpa. There's a lot of people that are grandparents around my age. Now, I'm not a grandparent, thank goodness. I am a puppy grandparent, to a puppy, to my dog, my Yorkie. She had her puppies, and sadly, all 3 of them passed away, except for one. She's going really good and strong. I have to check on her. She had opened her eyes. She's so cute. But that's like the only grandbaby that's the only grandbaby that I claim is the 4-legged ones. And I don't know how they do it around here of having grandkids around like 40 something years old. That looks tiring to me. And it's already tiring as it is because I have a 14-year-old son. That's just tiring, period. And then you have like a grandchild that coughs and spits and takes dumps on you and spits on you. Like a total monster or whatever. And you can't do nothing about it. You can't like put it out in the cold, or you can't just wrap it up in a blanket and just kind of like put it in a basket and send it down the river. You can't do that to a child, because you get in trouble, and then there's the cops, and then there's like CPS, and then there's all these lawyers and stuff. So it's like, that's a lot of trouble right there. I mean, it sound like to me just having grandkids that, and especially little babies that do all that, and you really can't do nothing, to them. You can't like scream at them, or I mean, there's people that do scream at their kids like they're babies, and I'm just like, why are you doing that? That baby, I mean, you want the baby to talk back to you and something like that, but you're just like, I can't be like that. But yeah, I don't know how like people my age like are grandparents. Now, sucks to say this, I did turn my parents into grandparents. Oh my god, I was just like, you know what? And I felt so terrible too. I did. I felt terrible, like so terrible. I'm like, oh my god, they're in their 40s. Well, my mom, she was close to 40, but my dad, he was like 40. I was like, I just turned him into grandparents. I feel like shit. I felt like shit, y'all. I felt like shit. I really did. I felt like shit. I'm like, oh my god. What did I do? Oh my gosh. I was like, this circle of life shit is not for me. It was not for me, because I was just like, how? I remember, and my parents are divorced. They've been divorced for like, oh god, when my mother was living, they were like divorced for like 20 something years, and I was like, how the hell is this gonna go? I mean, do I put them together and they look at my daughter, or I have to go to two separate houses? And I'm just like, how? That, I got confused. I really did. I got confused. I just like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, what do y'all do? I know I would suck as a grandparent. I know if I became a grandparent, I would definitely suck. I was just like, I don't know. If I did become one, I know we're going to be doing really crazy, messed up shit with the grandkids. I mean, I know I will do some. I will have like my first grandkid, and we would like, I don't know. I'll probably like just take the baby on a flight and then just go gambling with him or her, to Vegas or something, and then we like, and I put her in a backpack or something like Gizmo, like how Billy did with Gizmo. And I would like take her on a backpack, put her in my backpack, and we just go walk up and down Sunset, and I'll probably give her like a sip of vodka or something, him or her vodka, I don't know. I just know what I'm just going to do. That's probably the reason why I'm not going to be very fitting as to be a grandmother, because I will have that baby drunk. The baby will learn how to play baccarat and blackjack before 9 months old. Probably roll my joints or something like that. We'll probably be hot boxing. I just know I will be a terrible, terrible grandmother. There would not be any type of, here comes Big Mama's house cooking wonderful dinners and stuff like that. It will be very healthy foods, but not a lot. That's what I know. I know that. Um, yeah. I think, yeah, I just summed it up. I would not be a good grandmother. But I will make an awesome ass wife or something, but grandmother, no. I don't, that stage is not for me. And if it was, that stage was for me, it's probably like 2 or 3 years before I die or something like that. Oh, there's grandma. Um, she's super, super old, you know. She's got 6 months to live. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. I think that would be suffice for me to like look at them for 6 months. You know, they're still a baby, and then I like pass on or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, just I love my little David. My David is glowing. My David is this owl that I purchased, and it glows in the dark like vanilla ice. Turn off the lights and I glow. So I put enough light on David, and I accidentally knocked off a picture of my kids. Did I? Did I do that? I think I did. I can't remember. Y'all probably think, is she high? No, I'm not high. I am just chit chatting with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just chit chatting with y'all. It's a good chit chat. Like I said, I'm just going through like just a ugh, you know, because like whenever you have a family member and something, you know, terrible happens to them, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how I like deal with things. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know how I deal with it. I know I shut down, but I'm just like, don't do that. Don't do that. I was like, okay, let's not do that. Let's talk to a friend. Which I did. Thank you, Wendy. Wendy, that's my friend Wendy. Wendy, I love you, Wendy. You're so awesome. But yeah, but what else I was gonna say? This is a really odd ass. This is an odd podcast though. It really is. It's just me just being me, and gosh, my hair looked really pretty this weekend until the stupid humidity messed it up. My hairstylist, Simone, the hairtricianist, I'm glad that she's not from around here. She's from California. She does like the bombest like silk press ever. She keeps my hair looking gorgeous and great. I have like a different color of my hair. I keep getting fucking mad compliments. My hair is honey blonde. It used to be like black and stuff, but it's like honey blonde. And I was like, you know, I'm feeling honey blonde. I think I'm gonna go ahead and lighten it up just a tad, probably like in a couple of months and everything, because I just love blonde. Like I used to not like blonde hair because I thought it was just so ugly. So I always did red or purple or pink or blue or green. And so when I got out of like doing my hair like those colors and everything, oh my god, I remember I had my hair like a mermaid color. It was just like this beautiful mermaid of you know aqua and blue and green. Oh my god, it was so gorgeous how I did my hair. It was really really pretty. And I just got out. I mean, I got out of doing like colors like that. I'm just like, ugh, I'm so sick of having my hair like these colors, and I just like grew out of it. And I thought maybe I would never grow out of having pink hair and blue hair, because I've been doing it for a pretty good long time. and I just got tired of it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to my natural hair colors, which I did, and I started to, kind of go, up just up a scale on my hair of like red, and I was like, I'm tired of red hair. And so when I start to to get I did like sew-ins, and it was like blonde sew-ins, like honey blonde sew-ins, and then like platinum and stuff, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I have loved blonde ever since, because I've never seen so many people turn their heads when I go blonde. And I was just like, am I missing something right here? I was like, well, shit. Guess my black ass right here was like start going blonde, and so I just did. I can't believe I said black ass. I'm dead. I am like wheezing right there. Hey, it's called a self-depreciation joke, okay? Okay, okay. Everybody else does that. Everybody has a self-depreciation joke about themselves, okay? So I was like, wow, this is like I like it. It looks really good on my skin tone. Um my eyebrows are a little bit dark, but I just like, you know what? I just go in with like a brown pencil to like make them a little bit more brown, so it can blend in with my hair color. And I just love my stylist Simone, and I'm so glad, because I was just like so amazed and so like astounded by her work. And she's like such a cool lady, and everything. Like seriously, she is such a fucking cool lady. But oh yeah, I was gonna like track back when I said I didn't fit in with all the moms and stuff like that. But I actually do kind of fit in with this group. It's called the Women's Bar Association. No, it's not. We give free bar and legal advice or whatever, but it's just bar, like drinking bar, like let's get tore up, have everything else like that. And so I joined them back in July or August or something like that. And these ladies are really fun. It's just a bunch of ladies that, um, a lot of us have businesses. Some of us, just wanted to join, something to like, just to get out of the house and have fun and just be around like a bunch of ladies that just likes to have fun. And we also do non-profit things. Like I know last time we did the women's shelter. I didn't bring anything, but I like brought money, and I was like, here y'all some money. I've been in y'all situation, and I have been homeless, and I have been in a women's shelter before. And I said, here you go, like that, because I was like, damn, this is like, I was like, damn, I really have, you know, it came my time to like do something like that, because, um, I did stay in a women's shelter. This was like years and years back with my daughter. It was not fun. Um, there's some nice women, but there's some women that been there for the longest time, and they just pretty much just took up residency and think they're like head honcho. And I'm just kind of like, lady, we're both in the same predicament and everything. I don't know why you're being like that, which I don't understand why she felt like that, but I guess she just felt like she just needed to control something in her life. But it gave me that moment to like, oh my gosh, you know I totally understand y'all situation. Like I totally empathize, and I've been there, and how, so much of like, I was really really happy to like, to donate, monetarily to the women's shelter, and help the ladies out, and we met the ladies that came from the shelter also, and that was like a big huge honor to me. That was like a big huge honor to me, because like I was like, lady, I'm like, y'all, I've been in y'all shoes and shit, and I know how y'all feel, and I just want the best for y'all. I want y'all to like get out of there and and live and thrive. And that's all I can just like think about and everything. I'm surprised I didn't start crying and stuff, because I usually cry with shit like that. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm just very sensitive like that. But yeah, but like I joined this the Women's Bar Association. We do fun things, and we also give back to the community, and which is like so amazing. And I did want to become like a trustee and stuff, and a volunteer for my social group, but I was just like, maybe next year. I was like, I guess I do it, just to be more involved. If y'all can, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I am pretty introverted, and it gives me something to do, and I like doing volunteer work. Oh my god, I love doing that shit. I really do. It just it makes me happy. It really does. I need to get more into volunteering work, but I love to volunteer. I don't know, it's just shit. I'm not doing it for the damn glory. I can't stand when people like, I volunteer, like that was just like the most admirable, noble thing that they can do, and they like brag about that shit. I'm just like, what the fuck you bragging about? Like, damn fool. But like, I don't like some of them get off on that shit like it's a drug or something, or they just want it, just that they just want that clout that they're, I'm big somebody because I volunteer for cats with like broken tails or some shit like that. I don't know. And I'm just like, that's great for you, like good, but some of them like to take it to the fucking North Pole with that crap, and I'm just like, you're not very you don't impress me at all. I can't stand people that like extreme braggarts to make other people to feel really bad because they volunteer for their community and they're this and they're that. Like, that's great. That's what the fuck you chose, bitch. But I do. I like doing volunteering stuff, and I need to get more into it. Not to like be like a braggart or like I feel so honorable because I do this, but it's just coming out of my heart, and I just like to see people smile. I sometimes like to see people smile and be happy. I just do. I really do. I like to see old people happy too. That was hilarious though, because I volunteered for the Easter party that they had at the nursing home, and it was a big ass trip because it was this one guy, he had like snot in his nose, and they were playing dominoes, and I was popping the popcorn, and he just kept coming over to me. He was like, can I have some popcorn? I'm like, no, fat ass, you can't have any popcorn. I didn't call it fat ass, but I was like, no, fat ass. That was in my brain. And I was like, no, sir, you cannot have any. And then he just like kept coming back and like bugging the hell out of me. I'm like, look, dude, you need to go over there and play among with the other residents. And so he was playing dominoes, and then this one guy, he just like started cussing him out, and I'm like, what just happened? This old nasty fucker right here is sitting there putting snot and spit all over the damn dominoes. Oh, nasty son of a bitch. I love it when old people cuss out old people out. That is so hilarious. I used to be a CNA, so that is the highlight of old people is when they get mad at each other, they will come up with some of the cleverest, descriptive, full of life adjective cuss words that I have never heard before, because I don't know, they pulling shit out of their asses from 1940s to 1930s or whatever age, year they were born. And they have some rough ones they had back in those days. I mean, much rougher than our shit that we have now. And I just could do nothing but laugh. And we had to tell him to go move, because the guy who was slinging a snot and stuff on the dominoes, and we had to tell him to move because he was just being disgusting. And he's a big gobbly monster as it is anyway. Can I have the popcorn? Can I have the popcorn? Can I have some cupcakes? I'm like, they can have it and stuff, but I'm just like, oh my god, dude, you just do not need to eat cupcakes. You just need to eat a carrot and some soup. Maybe you have a hot dog. That's how I look at it and everything. But that's their home. They can do whatever they want. But I really was very tickled at them, and I actually had a blast of I just came in. I didn't get paid for it or nothing like that. I just volunteered for it and shit. I mean, they called me up. I'm like, sure, why not? But at the end, it was very tiring. I was like, oh my god, I'm tired of looking at old people. But I had enough of the old people. I always love the old people. Majority of the time, sometimes they just kind of gross. But I used to work with mentally handicapped kids too. They weren't kids. They were actually young adults. They were much older than me, which flipped my shit right there. I'm like, they look 12. They're like, no, they're 24 and 25. I'm like, I'm just 20. I'm like, oh my god, they're older than me. They're really a joy to work with, except for when they have behaviors and then they want to. If y'all remember, I know y'all watched Godzilla versus King Kong. It was two of these guys. They really hated each other. They seriously hated each other. They were mentally, physically handicapped, mentally handicapped, everything else, and they hated each other. I mean, one look at one of them, they are fighting just like Kong and Godzilla. Well, one day we was watching TV. Somebody put in Titanic. That's probably what made them go off, is because somebody's ass put in fucking Titanic. Okay? So they were cool. And I don't know. Maybe because one of them thought they were Jack and the other one thought they were pretty Billy Zane's character. And all of a sudden they just started fighting. I was like, oh my gosh. It was like that episode of South Park, when Timmy, and that other dude and everything with the crutches and shit, and they had cripple fight, Carmen cripple fight. That is way back before South Park came out. And when I've seen that episode of South Park, I couldn't do nothing but laugh, because I'm like, damn, I seen that same shit when I used to work with them. And they had them, I couldn't break them up. I'm like, I'm not getting into that shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be ripped apart. I mean, they were going at it like some raptors or some shit off of Jurassic Park, and I'm just like, I'm not fucking with that. So they had some other people to come in and break them up and stuff, and they had to pull them apart, and one of them had to go in the other room, and the other one had to go in their room. That shit was crazy though. But yeah, don't even like mess with those. Don't mess with them. That's the reason why we call them God's special people, because I'm just going to tell you this right here. They are like the smartest people I have ever known. They have much common sense than the average fucking person that I ever like, like run into like every day or whatever. I mean, and they're like very like their emotions are like, it is like so superhuman, and they also have like super fucking human strength. I shit you not. um they're just like wonderful, and I love how they love and stuff, because like when they really like you and everything, you can just see I mean, you can just see them like beaming. I mean, they may not be vocal as us, or uh you know be cognitive, with comprehension, comprehending how they feel, with voice. But damn, you can feel that. I mean, I was like, damn. These motherfuckers are the shit. They really are. They're the shit though. But like, I like them. They're pretty fucking cool. They're pretty cool ass people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, man, I was like, man, if like regular ass people like had the emotion, the kind of like, they actually are kind of like like highly emotionally intelligent too. Strange enough, they really are. If like, I was like, man, if there was like a lot of people like on this planet that actually had some of that piece of like what they have, oh my gosh, I think that would be like the bomb right there. But yeah, they're like pretty cool ass people though. They really are. I mean, of course, you have to be careful, especially, they some of them do kind of spit a little bit. We have to be careful when we have to wash our hands or wear gloves and stuff like that. You don't want nothing, because you're in their house, you're in their environment and everything, so you have to be careful for yourself, and them also too, because they can easily spread, because of slobber, things like that and stuff. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm like, man, these are like some cool ass people and shit. And I was like, man, if some of these motherfuckers can talk and shit and everything, I bet they could tell a whole bunch of people. I remember people used to be like terrified of them. I'm like, why would you be terrified of them? I'm like, what are they doing to you? They were just like, oh, it's weird, and they grunt noises and stuff. I'm like, oh, you're so ignorant. You're ignorant as fuck. You're ignorant as hell. And I actually, when I was a substitute teacher 20 something years ago, the only class that I really enjoyed when I substitute teach is the special education kids, and they were like elementary kids. And I hated junior high kids. I hated middle school kids. High school was okay, but they were too weird to me, because they found out that I was like 21, and they're like, oh wow, she's hot. I'm just like, no, I'm not. I'm 21. Get the fuck away from me. You're still in high school. We don't go down with that shit. Fuck that shit, bitch. You are in high school. No, we're not doing no Mary Kay Letourneau shit. I don't care if I'm 3 years older than them. You're still in high school. Fuck you. But I love the special education kids. I really did. I was like, if I was a teacher, I probably would do a special education. But I don't have the patience as a teacher, and I cuss them out. Not the special education kids, but I will cuss the other kids out. Because I actually did cuss kids out when I was a janitor. I did. I talked shit to them. Bad. I jacked one of them up too. Well, he was messing with my daughter and stuff. Made my daughter feel uncomfortable. So he was in high school and she was in junior high, and he was kind of trying to be a little handsy with her and stuff, and I jacked his motherfucking ass up, and I told her I'd kill him, and I burned his house down. I could have went to jail for threatening a minor, but it was all in good intentions and shit because he was making my daughter feel very uncomfortable. And he tried, and he also sent her very disgusting and inappropriate messages through her Facebook. She showed it to me. She's like, look what he's saying. And I was like, oh my goodness. I said, I got you, boo boo. I got you. So yeah, I jacked him up, pretty much. He's like 6. He was like 5'11". Yeah, it's like 5'10", 5'11", and of course I'm 5 foot. I jacked him up. I don't know how I did it, but I pretty much told him I was gonna burn his house down. And after I did that episode with him, he never looked my daughter's way. He never spoke to my daughter. He was terrified to be around her because he knew that I was going. What I'd say, I said this right here. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna burn your house down and kill your grandma and grandpa too. That's what I said to him. It stuck. Just saying, it stuck. I am a mama bear, but I'm just a different type of mom. I'm just a different type of mom. But yeah, I go fed for my kids. I really do. Same thing with my son. I told him, I'm like, if there's some Mary Kay Letourneaus, because he's very handsome. I was like, there's some Mary Kay Letourneaus trying to do some shit. I said, you better pop that bitch in her mouth and everything, and you better tell me and stuff so I could twist that whole neck off. I don't care if I have to wear an orange jumpsuit and everything. That bitch is not finna suck your dick or do anything fucked up. I say, if you gonna do some shit like that, you better be with a girl with your your age. She better do some throw shit. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I'd rather like for you to get in trouble if you're gonna do something like that with a girl your age. You get what I'm saying, than a grown ass woman. And I don't give a shit about, oh my god, this teacher's so hot, blah blah blah. And that is fine because there's a lot of boys that had like the fantasy you have the hot teacher and stuff like that. That's like fine because there was like hot guy teachers too, and we were like, ooh, he's so hot. But when it gets the lines blur, which goes into statutory rape and criminal charges and stuff like that, that's when it becomes wrong. You know what I'm saying? But it's human nature, especially, younger little kids, like around teenagers, and like, oh man, that teacher's hot. I mean, I did it too. Like, there was a teacher that looks good. There was like 2 or 3 of them that looked good, and I was like, oh man, that'd be so hot. That's a fine teacher, but bets are off when they start to try to be more than your teacher and everything. But I told my son, if like one of them, and I said the same thing to my daughter when she was in high school, it was like one of those little fine young ass teachers and shit, because she had some fine young teachers and shit. I was just like, damn, they fine and young, and they were like 24 and 25. I'm like, damn, they're fine. But I was like, if one of them hoes like touch you and everything, I'm finna whoop their ass, So I'm like, I'm mama bear with my kids. I was a mama bear with her, mama bear with my son. Shit, we gotta protect the kids because the children are our future though. You gotta teach them well, let them lead the way. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I'm glad my daughter didn't date anybody that was like 21 and she's 17 or 16 in high school. Of course, she was terrified of guys that age. My son, he told me he was like he would pretty much not gonna be that type of boy that's gonna like date. He'd rather date girls his age than to be dating some 6th grader or or ninth grader or like an 11th grader. He's like, I got an age limit. That is so hilarious because my kids, they're like, if I'm gonna date, they're gonna like, we're gonna date right in our age range. They are not about to do that shit. Maybe when my son gets older, he might. But, my daughter, she's like, no, they gotta be like at least my age or 2 years older or like 1 years older than, younger than me. And I was like, okay, whatever. That's them. But anyways, that is enough of my time. And I'm just bullshitting with y'all with a non-horror podcast. But I hope y'all have a Thanksgiving, and probably gonna be doing Thanksgiving, so look out for that. But anyways, I am your host, Keisha Lacey, and thank y'all for listening. And y'all have been beautiful people and wonderful. And to listen to this rinky-dink shitstorm of a podcast coming straight out of the Iron Pine Curtain. Y'all have a good night.